Hi, good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure to participate in this prestigious international forum. My name is Yi-Chang. I graduated from National Jiao Tong University Institute of Traffic and Transportation in 1994. I'm currently serving as the founder and CEO of Metropia, a company I founded 10 years ago as a university startup spin-off when I was the professor at the University of Arizona. Over the last 10 years, we've been serving as a technology service solution provider for the U.S. Department of Transportation. And in the last 3 years, the Taiwan's Ministry of Transportation and Communication. So let me go ahead and start my presentation. Today, I would like to share with you my perspective about mobility as a service, aka MaaS, and its deployment in Taiwan. How do we travel in Taiwan today? We have a lot of options, but we need multiple apps in our phone. We have high-speed rail, Taiwan passenger rail, taxi, rental car, shared scooters. We have so many options, so convenient, but each one of them takes an app, a space in your phone. How do we pay for these services in Taiwan? I took this picture when I visited Taiwan last time from a taxi, and I was just amazed how many payment options the taxi could take. But each one of them means either a card, physical card, or an app inside your phone. So let's first take a look at general view of a MaaS ecosystem. Pretty busy, but what you see here, you have the impression of integration, connections. In MaaS, a mobility operators do the best it can to integrate all the services that are currently could be scattered around or in their own silos. This integration makes sense, but has, from technology standpoint, doable, but it has to make business sense from the user standpoint, from the operator, the supplier standpoint. So how do we make sure this happens? First, let's talk about MaaS. Need to be purpose oriented. What does that mean? We as an individual, we travel around, but we have different trip purposes. During the workday, during the week, we travel in the city, around our house, commute, or stay from home or from home. From time to time, we may travel a little farther, go back to see parents, relatives, and then from time to time, we may go to see client for meeting, for business purposes, to places that we've never been to. Then we have more and more different choices that we have to make. From origin, destination, to what mode to use, what route to take, what time to leave. We start to think about more options and more choices, more uncertainties. Letting alone when we start to plan a leisure travel for our family. When you first decide where to go, never been there before, so how to get there? Which route to take, mode to take, how much money do I need to spend on transportation? All this started going around in your head. And when you go from bottom up, you are facing more uncertainties. So when we build MaaS, we need to think about in the city MaaS, users are mostly engaging in commuting or work from home trips. They have high frequency, they happen a lot, low uncertainties, they know what to do mostly, and they want it to be cheap. All the while, when you want to build a tourism MaaS, you want to serve someone who don't come to this often, so they need something pretty sure. They need to find services that are reliable, and they're willing to generally spend a little bit more. So how do we offer MaaS system that cater to very different needs for different people, or sometimes even the same people, but just different needs? Next, let me offer you 3 types of MaaS service framework that are currently in place. First, we call government agency leads. In this example, we have government put out the funding, integrate all the data from open and private sources with the goal to build an open and complete platform to integrate all the possible service to the platform, and an open and complete trip planner to expose all the possible options so that a wide range of open business model can happen on the platform. However, most of the agencies, they focus on serving people living in the cities. So commuting trips, business trips are generally the priority for this kind of MaaS. We have seen in Taiwan several municipalities and some of the cities in Europe, Japan, and US have already adopted this model for their cities. Another MaaS model called Transport Service Provider Lease Model. In the TSP model, most of the TSPs already have the fleet, have existing users. They want to grow their ridership. They want to grow their business by vertically integrating other modes to provide more end-to-end services. So they will build these functions, integrate all the needed data, but they want to pick and choose of all the complementary services that make sense to them from a business standpoint, from a clientele standpoint. So this tend to be some sort we call a closed MaaS. And because of TSP, they may serve, most of them we find probably more profitable, serving leisure travel, business travel, and even work from home deliveries. So you see more models and services in these 3 areas. These are the services currently available in Taiwan, US, Europe, and Japan. The third type of MaaS is a MaaS operator itself. Doesn't have the fleet, privately run. They put out all the resources and build this MaaS platform and create business model that makes sense for the user and the TSP providers so that they can put it together, create a team, service platform, and now makes sense to everybody. They try to be all inclusive, be flexible, so you can see them try to touch on pretty much all aspects of different trip purposes. These are the current example business model from Europe, Asia, and the US. Now let's talk about the value chain of MaaS by trip purpose. As I mentioned earlier, commuters want something convenient and cheap. Business traveler want convenient, save time, and also very important, you don't want to run late for your meeting. Homecoming, you want something convenient and reliable. If you go to leisure, you want to save time in planning for the road arrangements. You want high quality and reliable services. You don't want that to screw up something you're already planning for a month. When you work from home, you order delivery services. You want to definitely save time, save money, and convenient. So it's very clear that different type of trip purpose have different needs. Then you need different services, different goals, different optimizations. But it's also important to recognize that the underlying services and infrastructure running across all different trip purposes are quite similar. You'll need customer support. You need a very good service integration end-to-end, from data, payment, planning, to even the en route support. You need a good computation that will return many good mobility option routes door to door. Or you want a good routing engine that will optimize the sequence of deliveries that will deliver good user experience or good service optimization, service efficiency for the operators. Over the last 3 years, Taiwan's MOTC's investment in Umaji Open API focused on the computations aspect. Since 2016, MOTC has developed and invested in PDX, well-known PTX, called Public Transport Data Exchange. Later, PDX has been upgraded to PDX, Transport Data Exchange, last year in 2021. This is a very important strategy that MOTC has placed to enable a critical infrastructure that will eventually enable a wide range of MaaS services and deliver a great MaaS value to the end users. So what is the vision for Taiwan's MaaS API platform? If we see this nice, green, shiny, sunny landscape, is the API platform serving as a foundation to prepare a fertile ground with its 5 core modules, from carpooling, TSP integration, intermodal trip planner, share ride dispatch, universal payment, through a great support from TDX. Once all completed, later this year, it become a great fertile ground, breeding ground on which all the great fruit trees of MaaS business models can grow, from public MaaS to system operation to private MaaS with a range of vertical integration to tourism and location-based services. However, it is also important that all this need to feedback with the overarching goal of economic development support, improving quality of life and social equities, and increasingly the goal of net zero. Let's take a quick snapshot on the PDX. Starting 2016, transport operator, particularly the public transport services from every cities and from high-speed rail, Taiwan Rail, started to upload their data based on a unified data specification to a PDX platform currently run as a private cloud. Then MOTC create a wide range of web services, API, that will make available to end users. This is just a snapshot of number of apps on the App Store that currently are actually consuming the PDX data. I was told minimum 20 companies or apps are currently actively using the PDX data, including both domestic and the international brands. Now, fast forward into 2021, the newly released PDX, Public Transport Data Exchange, greatly expand from PDX to a much wider array of data, including roadway information, parking, tourism, map, to other dimensions of advanced services, value-added services, including the MaaS services. Just from the basic statistic, you can see here, nearly 6,000 members, 5 million calls every day, and 15 terabyte historical data, more than 5,000 data sets. You can see it's such a great, precious infrastructure that will support all the future MaaS applications. Let's take a look at what this newly built Taiwan MaaS trip planner can do. If we utilize the transport data from TDX, including all the modes you can think of, high-speed rail, passenger rail, MRT, LRT, city and intercity buses, ferry, and even gondolas. With nearly 9,000 routes, 65,000 terminal stops, and over 200,000 daily trips. They are all included, imported, ingested into the system through a international standard called GTFS. After more than 6 months of diligent data cleaning, injection, testing, this trip planner is finally available this year. Give you a sense of order of magnitude. 9,000 routes. Is that big enough? The city has the most transit route in the US is in New York with 300 routes. The city I live in, Houston, only about 100 routes. So you can tell easily this is way more than all the major cities, US cities transportation system combined. So you can tell how complex it is. There are quite a number of unique features in this trip planner. It's highly personalized. It allows users to change your search priority between the minimum fare and minimum travel time. If you want something quick, you don't care about money, you can search for minimum travel time options, and vice versa. You can search something cheaper. If you are a student, just want to be budget sensitive. You can specify the time you need for transfer. If you have a larger group or you have senior elderly in your group, you want an option that allow you ample time for transfer. If you walk slowly, you can specify your walking speed to give you a more sensible options. They have a wide range of different sorting filters, and it's highly expandable because it's directly integrated with the raw data. And more importantly, which I will talk about, is this TSP allow us to integrate hundreds of local services that could be privately run, connecting terminal to tourist attractions, maybe in the rural areas. Currently, you can find them only if you find a website and call them directly. All this can be integrated into the platform, benefiting the user, saving time looking for all these connections, also benefiting these local small TSPs to have greater exposure and business opportunities. Here's an example of this trip planner for a trip from Taipei to Kaohsiung. If you want something cheap, you will return. The option only costs you $870. Mostly take in this case, a Taiwan passenger rail trip. But door to door may take you 6 hours. On the other hand, if you're on a business travel, you really need to get it ASAP. Then this trip planner can give you a route much faster, but cost you $1,500. So it's all your choice based on your needs. Now, Taiwan is very well known for a wide range of different services, from shared scooters, rental car, shared bikes, to even rural services, shuttle services, the connecting the rural areas and the attractions. How can we integrate it all together in a unified fashion on a single platform? Rental car, shared mode, and shuttle services. Imagining if they are all fully integrated on this intermodal trip planner, and you are local travelers want to go to a place you are not aware of, not familiar with, or you are international travelers, just want to find ways to get around the entire country. This will add a great value and capabilities for anyone who wants to personalize their experience. Ultimately, while we see Taiwan will benefit from MaaS in a fully integration door-to-door experience, the trip planner once has integrated with PDX and once integrate more and more local services, the end-to-end door-to-door personalized services can happen very soon. The next step is for us to start thinking about how can we integrate with autonomous vehicles. These vehicles need a routing engine to go from where they need to be because they don't have a driver. And this trip planner and routing engine is well posed to support their future needs. Currently, there are exciting conversation and pilot and test run already happening using the this Taiwan MaaS API. They are generally in three areas: the private MaaS by TSPs, the tourism industries, and the public MaaS areas run by governments. Let me give you a few examples. The famous Mango system in Kaohsiung currently has included the trip planner from this API platform in their recently released version. It's fully integrated with all the local modes in Kaohsiung. ReadyGo is a very popular traveler information, tourist information aggregators. They have integrated a trip planner onto their website. Every article they talk about a famous point of interest attractions, they immediately provide services to link that allow the user to search the best public transportation options to go from the reader's current location to the point of interest. A travel agency currently is building an app that's utilizing the dispatch service API to create a changing area pickup, drop-off shuttle services to allow people going up to changing. Should you drive your own car or take public transport, you don't really need to drive anymore for those short stops. You just need to hop on, hop off on this shared ride services within the park, saving a lot of headache finding parking, which is a well-known problem in changing area. And then finally, we're looking for the opportunities, and we think time is right. When all these autonomous vehicles, buses finish their pilot run testing, ready for market deployment, the Taiwan MaaS API platform is ready to serve and support them for all their routing needs. Tourism integration is the natural step and what we call the low-hanging fruit integration, where a lot of opportunity and business model can generate. In addition to domestic integrations, we can also look into the possible international collaboration in these hypothetical scenarios. We can think about integration between Taiwan's MaaS API platform with the counterpart in Japan. Then the Taiwan MaaS API can provide routing capabilities, booking capabilities for the Taiwanese tourism, and they can find all the options, buy the tickets, and make a good arrangement of the travel before they go. Reciprocally, the same capability can be offered to a Japanese tourist coming to Taiwan, making a binational travel seamless and a much more elevated, improved experience, particularly for those who are interested in personalized travel arrangements. With that, I will park my last slide back to this chart. Since 2016, development of PDX and TDX. In 2019, the development of Taiwan MaaS API. Taiwan has reached a major milestone, accomplishing the development of all the critical infrastructures that will support the fast-growing needs and opportunity in the different sectors of MaaS, cities, traffic management, applications. Metropia has been proud to support Taiwan's MOTC since 2019 to build this platform, and we'll continue to do our best to support all the partners in the industry to continue to grow and expand these ecosystems. With that, I'll end my presentation here, and I'll also be happy to take any questions that you may have. Thank you.